Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide. Time zones are a real thing. And there we go. Welcome to the show. And could I get an audio check in the chat, please? First here, Sexy Emma. Morning, Sexy. How's you? So there we go. We've got a pretty good show coming up today. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about cheese rolling. We're going to be talking about ram roasting. We're going to be talking about bacons, the Jubilee, and all sorts of stuff. And so far, Emma, it looks like it's just you and me. We're on our own. Just us checking. Oh, here we go. More people come up. They're all starting to come in there. There's Clark Hoyt. Morning, chum. Steve Cray, what about you? And the truth will set you free. Thanks for turning up, people. Really glad to have you here. It is. It never stops to amaze me that people actually turn up for this madness. And yes, well, just to do a quick recap. You might need to say it again whenever the crowds arrive. Yes, this is true. Quick recap. What are we doing today? We're going to be talking about cheese rolling. We're going to be talking about ram roasting. We're going to be talking about the Silver Jubilee, traditional use of beacons for spreading information. And we've also got our madness, our silly sports and whatnot. And right, we're up to 6 people in. And the early adopters get to see the first bit of madness. What are we going to do? Well, we're saying something down the big ramp at Nature Circus. Yes, I think we'll go for that one first. Or, yep, here we go. So I'm going to get this first little clip up. Oh, yes, the other thing we're going to talk about is a little bit about the Amber Herd story. Actually, I think, what about a little bit of Barbie Jeep racing? How would that sound? Oh, Steve Cray had a right do last night. Sun cracked his head on an iron gate and I had to keep a close eye on him. Is you all right this morning, mate? I hope he is. I hope the bump's not too bad. Much love, Otto. Morning, chum. What about you? Illuminatus. Morning, chum. Thanks for dropping by. Now, we'll get our first bit of madness up. I think we'll start off with a bit of Barbie racing. Or Barbie Jeep racing. Yes, that's what we'll do. And if I just get this link in.
Meet the first ever all Google phone.
Right.
With the best camera on a Pixel yet. It's smart enough to make photo.
You just have to wait till the ads finish and I'll do a bit of filling. With I don't know what.
Google Pixel 6 for all that you are.
What's everybody been up to this weekend? Has anybody been to any events, Jubilee related or anything? Street parties, wee parades, anything like that? Chrissy, morning, how's you? Hope all's well with you, and I hope the dental thing is going well. Actually, which reminds me, I'm going to hook that out and get that into the chat as well. Get your GoFundMe up. Now, we're almost ready for our first clip. Right, 1 second. Right, pause. Kids dressed up as king and queen yesterday. Very good. We're Steve Craig's going carp fishing. All good. Take us away and get this share started. You're going to like this. This is quite a good wee clip. I'll share this. Oh, put down the theater mode. Here we go. This is Barbie Jeep racing. You know the little Jeeps that kids put Barbies in? Well, these people are racing this downhill. It's class. Looks like we're going to have a fast time. There we go. And I was just watching that and didn't check with anybody, make sure that all worked. Did that work? Did you actually see that? Hello. I'm taking that as a yes. Yes, it looks like fun. It does. It also looks a bit crazy. The people who put that event on are called Rednecks for Paychecks. And if anybody wants a link, I'll stick that. That's a really toxic masculinity sport. Oh. Yes, it is. Talking about toxic masculinity sports, what the sport I was going to show this morning was competitive wood chopping, which is quite interesting and a bit on the toxic masculinity side. If we get requests for it, I'll stick it on later, but I'll keep it for next week. We'll see. But anyway, what we're going to do next is we're going to send something down the big ramp at Nitro Circus. For those of you that's been on watch before, we're in actually it's not last week, it was the week before last, because last week's show never happened. I was at the 100 year anniversary in Northern Ireland at Centenary Parade, and I intended to try and do a stream on Saturday night later on. No, wood chopping is not a metaphor. These people are chopping lumps of wood with big heavy axes in a race. Yes, you are indeed, Emma. And yes, that's good. Yes, hit the like button, please. But I was saying, no, it's genuine axe cutting through bits of tree in a race. But anyway, so we're going to put something that the last time we did it, we had a sofa chair doing a backflip. So I'm going to drag up the Steve Craig. All good, thank you. Yes, I have seen motorcycle hill climbing. That's very good crack as well. Right, I'm going to send something down the ramp. While I'm finding it, you can have a guess as to what contraption you think we're going to be sending down this week. I'll just find the link and you can make your guesses. Right. Should actually get a wee video of a machine working while I'm pulling this stuff up. Nah, hold on. 148. Right. 1 second. Back to StreamYard. Oh, crap. It is what it is, people. Truth is actually at 10:30 a.m. Yes, that's probably what it's going to be. It is what it is. Right. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Nah. Share screen. Chrome tab. Maybe do a column of Chris. I don't think we can actually wrangle that. I also don't know how StreamYard actually works with having two people streaming at the same time. I don't think it works. What I'll probably do is I'll shut down like this all, bugger off, and we'll go and watch some Chris, and then maybe finish this later. We'll see. But anyway, here we go. So we've got a shopping cart at the top of the ramp, and you can put in your guesses as to whether he's going to land it, fall short, or jump into the shopping cart halfway over and land it that way. What do you think, people?
You got it, Happy. You got it, brother. Let's go shopping. No. Yeah.
His legs will fall off. Did that come up? Did you see that, people? Do I need to rewind it and show it again? Here we go. Trap me up. MG missed it. Trap me a bubble up and I'll have a go. Yes. Morning, Mop. What about you? Really pleased to see you here. Luminara says it's not for him. No, it wouldn't be for me either. I don't know. I think actually I heard the longer version of what happened was the wheel turned on him whenever he was getting to the bottom. He lost all his speed, and that's why he didn't make it over. There is a video of somebody landing one of them, but I couldn't quite find it for this morning. With that all said and done, let's have a look at some cheese rolling madness. I'm just going to get this link up. And here we go. Right. Zoom this in again. Right. Here we go. Yes, you do. Love a bit of that carnage. Mr. X Hunter, there we go. Pleased to have you here. And there we go. We're going to cheese rolling. Right. See how this looks on the screen. Is that actually readable? The village of Teignton has a cheese rolling festival, but it's only on the high street. I didn't know about that one. Well, the one I've got is the famous one. And here we go. We're going to get all the information about it. Every year during spring, the southwest of England Gloucester region hosts the annual cheese rolling event where people from far wide travel to watch competitors launch themselves down the hill in pursuit of a round of cheese. Sound a bit strange? Let us explain how the sport came about and what exactly it entails. It's pretty self-explanatory. A £9 roll of double Gloucester cheese is rolled from the very top of the hill, and competitors chase after it down to the bottom. The first person across the line is crowned winner, with the cheese as their prize. Originally, the aim was to catch the cheese. However, with its 1 second head start and how quickly it gains speed, it becomes pretty difficult and dangerous. In the past, spectators have been injured by the rolling cheese, and in 2013, the cheese was actually replaced with a foam replica for safety reasons. So health and safety is getting into fucking everything. The event takes place on Coppers Hill in the parish of Blackworth, Gloucestershire. The main competitors are locals from the village. However, people have come from all over the world to take part in the unusual sport. There's even a pub in the neighbouring village of Teignton, named after the event, called the Cheese Rollers, where the contestants visit for a bit of Dutch courage before the event and to celebrate after. There are a couple of theories as to how the sport came about. It is estimated to begin in the 15th century. The first is that it was used to maintain grazing rights on the commons. The second explanation is that the event is of pagan origin, where people would throw bundles of burning brushwood down the hill, representing the new year after the winter ends. This belief is why the master of ceremonies scatter buns, biscuits, and sweets at the top of the hill to encourage fruits of the harvest. Now, I had a look into this and a deep dive and trying to find the pagan origins of this, and I couldn't find anything other than it looks to me like what has happened is the new age people who sort of take after new age hippie type people that like to claim that they're druids, I think have began to at some stage try to infiltrate that this is in some way pagan. I it seemed to look like it was actually used for grazing rights. There is a thing whereby in common ground, if there's a footpath through private ground that's allowed for public access, if nobody's walked it within a year, you lose those rights. So it would make sense that they make sure that they were making sure that this land was seen to be used once a year, and everybody knew about it to maintain their rights. What are the rules? There are 4 downhill races, 3 for men, 1 for women, with a maximum of 14 racers each. Although more usually 10 to race, some years have seen up to 40. The master of ceremony kicks off the event by shouting, 1 to be ready, 2 to be steady, 3 to prepare, at which point the cheese is released, and 4 to be off. The competitors then launch themselves downhill after the cheese, with the first person past the finish crowned the winner. The event takes place annually on the late spring bank holiday Monday, which is why we're doing it this weekend. The spring bank holiday is behind this year because it was set back a bit for the Jubilee. You do not need any criteria to enter the competition or fill out any paperwork beforehand. All you need to do is arrive on time at the top of the hill and make yourself known to the organisers. Although be warned, this isn't the sport for the faint-hearted. You'll be entering at your own risk, and be sure you don't wear your favourite jeans, because yes, that would get muddy. That's so that is the origins of the cheese ruling. Injured by their own cheese. The cheese they use in Teignton is a wooden replacement. Planet X Hunter. Jerome one. Can I rule a baby bell? You can indeed. So that's one of the traditions that happens at this bank holiday, and the other one is ram roasting, which is historical. The ruling of a burning wheel is a pagan thing, but it's associated with the winter solstice, so I wouldn't think it had anything to do with this. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that. I think that what has happened is whenever there's been rituals and yearly events, people have tried to claim them, and it is where it is. I think that this is mainly about grazing rights. Nah, the other one, ram roasting, which I hadn't heard about. What I'm really enjoying about doing this is I'm now starting to find out a lot about traditions that I'm finding some traditions that I knew nothing about whatsoever, and I'm getting a better knowledge of the other ones that we have and why we do them. Why is this not coming up? All right, here we go. Right, I'm just going to zoom this in. Right, one more, I think. Right, get back to StreamYard and we will share this skin. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Picture here is the maypole that we all see, which happens early May. The ram roasting fair at Teignton is a very old festival which has probably survived from the Middle Ages and has much to suggest that it was even of greater antiquity. The main feature is the roasting whole of the carcass of a ram in the open air. Legend has it that once upon a time there was a drought in Kensington. There was no water for drinking. Indeed, there was not even enough to baptize a child. A child needing baptism, the villagers went down to the dry bed of the stream where the stone stood bare and sacrificed the ram. Water sprang up at the spot. The baby was baptized and the supply of water restored. And thanksgiving and as a valid excuse for merrymaking, the roasting of the ram at Winstanstead became customary and has continued up to the present day. Oh. So runs a legend, but the true origins of the fair have been lost in the mist of time. Many of the old traditions associated with the fair, such as the procession of the ram through the village and the turning off of the Fairwater Lake, have fallen by the wayside. Traditionally, the fair started after evening prayers on Whit Sunday, when the lake was turned out to run along the natural course of the drainage through Cosley Moor to Oakford. On Whit Monday, the lake would be cleaned out and the ram paraded around the village as money was collected for prizes for the events held the following day. On Whit Tuesday, the fair took place along Cosley Moor Road beside the dried up bed of the lake where the ram was roasted. Around 1883, the fair was moved to a meadow site. Various fields hosted the fair until a permanent home was found for it at Oakford Lawn in 1904. Nowadays, the fair is no longer a 3-day festival as held on the spring bank holiday Monday. So that's the ram roasting. Stop screen. So that's the other thing that happens on this weekend. You have the cheese rolling and the ram roasting. And that's about it for those two. Actually, this one's going to be a pretty short. What else was going to talk about? Yes, we're going to do a little bit about the Amber Herd Jonny Depp trial. Actually, I know what we're going to do before we go into that. I have something for you all. Haven't done a song today. Here we go. Share screen.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the turd.
Audio okay?
Turd. I heard the turd. Well, turd. And my herd is the turd. Well, turd. And my herd is the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. Well, turd. And my herd is the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. Well, turd. And my herd is the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. Well, don't you know about the turd? Well, everybody knows that Amber Herd is the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. Well, oh, well, everybody's heard about the turd. Turd. I heard the turd. Well, 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 don't you know about the turd? Well, everybody's talking about the turd. Well, turd. I heard the turd. She's a turd.
Lying dead.
Right, I'm going to do this little bit about having this in my funeral. Mate, I'm going to get everybody to sing I'm going to go on the piss with Jordy Best. That's what my funeral song is going to be. Right, I'm going to do a little bit about this. There's one bit of testimony I'm going to show, and then I'm going to close this up, and we can all bugger off and watch Chris. So, right, take this one away, take this one away. We'll take this one away, and the sea shanty one, I'll get that pulled up again. All right, 1 second. This is a little bit of testimony that I want to show because it's quite indicative of why she actually lost. She actually brought in crazy. What she thought was evidence was not evidence, and she was trying to blame everything on Twitter, and it's just madness, just beggars belief. Yes, that's a very good option. Yes, we'll do that. Do you want to just shut this? Right. Either we'll do about another 5 minutes, or do you want to just go now? We're on the chat if you want to shut this down and come back to it after. 2, if you want to see this little bit of thing first, the herd trail first. Up to yourselves, people. We're now living in a democracy. Right. Stephen Campbell saying that's it. Emma saying call post in. Right, Steve Cray, get yourself over there. Charlie Sparkles doesn't mind. That's it. Okay, right. Let's get this going. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab.
In this trial, didn't you?
I did not.
Audio gauge?
I was asked by the attorney, and I wanted to. They asked me, and I said,
Elaine is
"I'm not gonna
pissed.
tell the truth."
You knew this was on camera, that it was being broadcast to a lot of people, and you saw testimony, did you not, in this case? And you
Treading a thin line
seized
here,
the moment
Elaine.
and responded to the umbrella guy, the lead person for Mr. Depp's Twitters. Did you not?
Wait,
Objection.
what?
Twitter's the lead, man.
Facts not in evidence.
Mr. Umbrella Guy is the lead. The lead.
You
what?
know that he is
The lead what?
the most predominant pro-Depp Twitters out there.
I have no idea. I don't really ever follow the Umbrella Guy.
In fact, you do follow
I follow the umbrella
Twitter
guy. How
called
cool am
Johnny
I?
Depp fan, don't you?
Absolutely not.
You don't? That's your
No.
testimony under oath?
It is my testimony under oath.
All right. And on April
I have a
21st,
question,
you
Elaine.
testified in this case about Hicksville, didn't you?
I wasn't here.
And in fact, you tweeted in response to the umbrella guy on April 21, 22, quote, "That never happened. I was with them all night. Amber was the one acting all jealous and crazy." Do you
Yes,
recall writing that?
I do recall writing that.
Michelle, can
Well-
you bring that up, please? We're gonna call it Defendants 1903.
Is it a reply to Tug or is it a reply to a retweet?
Just to give you some context, this is a guy that owned the trailer park, the glamping that Johnny Depp went on, and Amber Heard story is that he totally wrecked the trailer. Turns out that there was a sconce knocked off the wall. Something happens regularly because it's a small space, and it happens. There was like $60 worth of damage done. Whenever they pulled it in, Stephen Campbell, that's a very valid question. I've known about this case and been interested in it from, I think, about 20. Yeah, so do I, but you have to get to America first. I've been interested in this case from about 2015. I had never heard of the umbrella guy. And what's interesting is what happens a lot in family court is they pull up Facebook pages and he's been talking to this person or he's been talking to that person, and it all gets just admitted. But because this is a proper court and there's a witness that can be cross-examined and stuff, what they're thinking should work as evidence isn't. I'm going to skip this on quite a bit. So you've heard Sasson about the umbrella guy and whatnot. I think if I jump it about here.
Oh,
She opened the door.
If it's hearsay,
Yeah.
how are you introducing it, you dummy?
you just played yourself.
That admission on testimony, on direct, that it was Amber Heard being, was that while I was gone? Did I miss?
She's upset.
Yeah.
With that redaction, any objection?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, 1903 will be in evidence with as redacted.
Oh.
Quick reply to the tweet, get your name in.
Now, so you reached out to the umbrella guy in this
Reached out
text,
to.
this Twitter, right?
No.
I wouldn't call it reaching out.
And in fact, the umbrella guy is in Mr. Adam Waldman. Do you know who Adam Waldman is?
I have no idea.
Well, he's testified earlier that he talks to the umbrella guy.
Did he what? He talks to the umbrella guy?
Yeah, were you aware of that?
I honestly, this sounds like schizophrenia.
Yeah, I'd never heard of the umbrella guy until this case happened as well. You know, that. Yes, I do understand that. Well, I get that the umbrella guy has been talking about the Herd Depp trial for 5 years, but he's not been the only person. He's been far from the only person, and the whole world's not involved in a conspiracy theory and being directed by him. It's absolute madness. But anyway, people, I'm going to say thank you all very much for tuning up and joining in. I'm going to drop this out now. I'm going to let it go. Get yourself over to Chris, and we'll have an after party. Okay. And going to say thank you all very, very much. And I'll do this very quickly. YouTube.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the freaking frogs gay.
Right. Back to StreamYards. Share screen. Right. Share screen. Scott's in. Morning, Scott's. Very quick update. You've pretty much missed it. Chris is streaming. I'm going to ditch this. Let everybody get over to the glorious House of Scrubbeach, and then we'll come back for an after party. But while you're here, dude, I'm going to send you a telegram. I've been trying to. I want to get you and possibly DJ as well, or both of us, could just help me out with doing a stream about the Highland Games, because it's way to my comfort zone. I think these two would know more about that than me. I'll send you a telegram, and hopefully you can do that. So I'm going to play a little bit of Alex Jones. You can all get out of here and get over and we'll see you all in Chris's. Okay, here we go.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the freaking frogs gay. Serious crap gay. Frogs, freaking frogs. It's not funny. I'm going to say
Right, bugger off the House of Scrubbeach.
Won't you fight for your life? Gay frogs, freaking frogs. I don't like the frogs. Gay freaking frogs. Frogs. Freaking frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Frogs. Place point.